Hi, and welcome to my weekly video. This time we're going to talk about stress. This was the second most important topic that came up in the survey that I sent out right after anxiety. And it kind of makes sense to me. Anxiety is when stress goes beyond a certain level, gets so strong, then oftentimes it turns into something like that, into a feeling of anxiousness and anxiety. So less level, it seems like next level down is stress, and stress is a very big topic. It has many things, connected to it. Um, uh, I tell you the truth, I actually experienced some stress leading up to this video. I have so many things going on right now that it's a little bit stressful to come up with every day with this live videos and produce these videos. That's just the honest truth. So I don't think we can totally avoid stress in our lives, and I certainly can't. But I know one thing: stress in general is not good for us. Um, I alluded to it in a different video. What motivates us? Some people feel like they need stress in order to get them going, to get the things done that they need to get done in life. And I certainly have dealt with that, even with anxiety and for that matter, like feeling like I gotta do something, I gotta make something happen. Otherwise, financially I'm stressed out, or I'm not fulfilling promises that I made to people, or like in this holiday times, I may, don't come up with all the presents that I'm supposed to buy. And did I invest enough? Given everybody the equal amount? All that stuff, everything can add to our stress. And so, what's important to look at is stress? Is some level of stress good for us? And the latest research, I believe, is pointing in the direction that it's not. Because simply we have two systems in our body, we have in our being, and that are either one or the other is at play. We either are in the growth pattern. That's what Bruce Lipton is talking about. We either are growing, we're building, we're adding to our lives, and we need growth all the time, right? We shed cells every day, many cells, and we have to rebuild them. We got to keep growing cells in our system. We got to maintain our digestive system. I mean, there's so much going on that constantly requires creativity and growth. Or we are in the protective mode. We try to protect the system from whatever external threat or whatever threat it's coming at us. And it seems like either this system or that system is switched on. So what would be wonderful is to be able to meet stress in life while we're still in our growth situation, where we have sort of like a reservoir, a foundation, something that we have built that allows us to more and more respond to life, not from automatism, from reactivity, but from choice, from deliberate action, from steps that we choose to take rather than steps we feel like we have to take. And I'm sure you can relate to that. That's very different, the way of life like that. And when it comes to, for example, financial stress, for many people like me, I'm an entrepreneur. I have lived with financial stress for a good part of my life. And what I figured out after a while is that I don't function right. My creativity, which I need for my business, is not functioning right if I am stressed out and anxious. If I try to work from that place, I don't produce wonderful content. I don't think straight. I don't have the answers coming to me. I try to manipulate it and sort of like squeeze it out. And it's not a wonderful feeling. And and so it doesn't even make sense when it comes to creating a life. Creating a life comes from growth again, comes from creativity, comes from love, comes from contribution. And to make a choice there is something that I would like to suggest to you. Make a choice. Decide for yourself if you want to live with stress. That's up to you. But if you make a decision that stress is really not something that you want to have too much in your life, then there is activities you can follow. You can learn, and you probably can tell what I recommend. You learn to breathe more consciously, and there you have it. You can either reactively breathe, or you can breathe in a deliberate, conscious kind of way. And if you do that, the more you practice your breath, and the more you practice breathing in a conscious way while focusing on whatever is on your screen, the more you realize that you can build a space inside of you. The more you realize that you can build uh, the possibility of, in the midst of a storm of life, to have a calm center from which you make decisions this way or the other way. And by doing that, you become a pool of peace. You can become a pool of love. You become a pool of contribution. And wouldn't that be a wonderful thing if you could respond in the holiday season to other stressed out people, not by adding to the stress, but by reducing the stress? Wouldn't that be a wonderful goal and a wonderful gift you could give to people in this wonderful time that's supposed to be wonderful? So how can we make it wonderful for each other? Is by not responding to each other in a reactive way, snapping at each other and all that. Now, of course, when that happens, it happens, and we seem to be out of control. So you got to prepare for that. You got to learn, you got to build something, a reservoir inside of yourself that allows you to live in a different kind of way. And that absolutely can be done. That can be done on a daily basis when you choose to take those 3 deep sighs that I've been, talking about all day, every day for the last few days. 3 deep sighs, 5 deep sighs. Take a moment and sit back, focus on your breath. Take some deep inhales. Breathe for some time until you feel the impact of the breath, even if you feel a little dizziness or something from it. The tingle, all the really positive, wonderful feelings that come from conscious breathing that relax our nervous system, switch us more into that growth mode, into this contribution mode. And then don't stop there, but keep building it until you feel a deeper sense of relief. And, it's sort of like conscious breathing can be a very easy kind of way to get yourself into a meditative state, into a natural state in which you have a little bit more sense of wholeness, a little bit more sense of completeness. And if you can build that space in you, your own inner refuge, in which you can come back to at any time, and the more you cultivate that, the more you'll be able to see stress for what it is, as an external thing that wants to come at you, that doesn't take you over, but that, when it shows up, that you can breathe into, relieve the tension, and make better decisions, right? So the more stressed you are, the more I recommend, the deeper you need to breathe, the more you need to learn to relax right into the stress. And as you do that, you can make better choices and be a more positive, force in the life, a more positive contribution to the life of the people that are around you. Okay, and so we're going to end here again, like with a few breaths, like doing that. If you like, just sort of feel a little bit of a stress coming at you. So here you go. You could breathe, for example, like this. Let's do a few with each other like this. And a deep one in the end. To me, that feels really, really good. Let me know what you feel about it. And I hope it helps. See you next time, and thanks for watching.